Hello, fellow listeners, and welcome to Wide World News, where the news are told with the truth. Your locutor, George here. Today, March the 24th, and it's been 50 days since the assassination of the juvenile Habyarimana, and things have not gone well for the Rwandan people. As much news haven't been told about the current situation, Augusto traveled straight to Rwanda to find some truth on his own. I'll leave you right to it. Hello everybody, I'm Augusto, your favorite reporter, and I'm here live on Rwanda at a refugee Tutsi camp by the UN, where we will find some insight on the problem. Starting off on some economical data, we know that Rwanda is now facing a great economic crisis as most of its resources are now being spent on guns and weaponry, ending up in a lack of medical and nutritional supplies. The work is at its worst, and countries on the borders do not seem to be ready to aid at all. Wide World News team has got to the conclusion that the Rwandan current situation was fueled by social, cultural, and geopolitical causes. We'll see what the people in here think about it. Excuse me, sir. How do you agree on that the Rwandan current situation is influenced by cultural causes?
Alright, the Tutsi-Hutu rivalry has been present since many years ago. Back in the 15th century, we were the monarchy present that controlled the country. After the arrival of the Belgians, they started to make the differences between the Hutus and the Tutsi. The main differences between us is that Tutsis are taller, have more class, etc. And when they left, the Hutus became the better ones. Since then, a fight for knowing who is better is the reason for us drifting apart from becoming a full society.
Thank you, sir. Oh, wait, here comes the general. General, how do you see the current conflict on your perspective as a UN intervener?
Belgian people are to Rwanda, locating the Hutu people over the Tutsis, altering the geographical and political way of living Rwandan people had. They started to manage a country with no knowledge of the historical background of it, making decisions they were not of their incumbency, changing the normal way of living they used to have. The UN did not have interest at all of this current situation. They thought the problem was a passenger one, and the orders were for us not to risk our lives.
Alright, thanks, General. And okay, finally, I think there's a doctor to whom we'll talk to. Doc, sorry. If you have a second, how can you appreciate Rwanda from a social aspect?
The social situation is now horrifying. People are hiding in public places such as schools, churches, and hospitals. But as they find them, these places turn into massive murder locations. One of the worst killings took place in church last week. The mayor of the city told the residents to hide there since it was supposed to be a safe place. Turns out that he betrayed them to the Hutus. Unfortunately, nobody survived. They were brutally killed with guns and knives. We can see dead bodies all around the place being thrown into the rivers since the Hutus don't allow them to be buried.
Oh, thanks for your time. We now see a much clearer insight on the problem and its background. And back to you, George. It's sad to hear all of that, but those were all profound perspective. Thanks to you, Augusta. We deeply hope that this can change perspective and influence the global community to step into action. And that's been for today, listeners. Be sure to tune in for more insight on worldwide problems right here on Wide World News.